Good evening, everyone. This is the fourth and final group stage game for these teams in the NBA Cup. It should be a great one. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. And a quick look at some of the numbers for R.J. Barrett.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Jalen Duren is out there with Williams, and it's McKenzie in at the 3 spot. And for Toronto, the guard set is Quickly and Barrett. Scotty Barnes is out there with Ingram, and it's Mobo in at the center filling out the middle. Look at Toronto. They're at home in this one, but even if they win, it's unlikely they'll advance to the next. Round.
Well, they're 1-2 thus far. I don't think 500 will cut it, so it looks like their cup run is done no matter what the result tonight.
And now, talking about how things are going for Detroit. Remember now, this is their last group stage game in the Cup. They're sitting at 2-1.
So to advance into the quarterfinals, they have to win here on the road. This is a major test for this team.
And it's the Raptors' ball. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Now Cunningham, after R.J. Barrett's three-pointer that didn't go. Cunningham passes to Williams. Barnes against Cunningham. Barnes looking around. Pass to Quickly. And the foul on Skinny. That's his first foul.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Ingram right side.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Second team foul.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Ivy on the wing. Pass to Duren. Here is Cunningham from past the arc. Barnes grabs the miss. Up the alley-oop pass. Quickly with it. Shoots over Duren. And the shot falls short this time.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Here's Barnes, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's quickly. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Stewart checked in for Detroit.
Emmanuel quickly. One shot.
One shot.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thank you, David. So it's Detroit now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Stewart kicks to Williams. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Barnes passes to quickly. To the inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's averaging almost 31 points a game right now, an extraordinary figure for any player to post. And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And let's see now which shooting guards have been on target the most over the last 10 games. Fifth is R.J. Barrett.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
Well, it's the kind of reliable shooting a team needs from the 2 spot. It makes the defense work a lot harder when they have to stay active all over the floor.
Here is Skinny. He's covered by Ingram. Here is Skinny. He had 15 points last outing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ivy. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. Barrett for 3. Rebound, Detroit. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Good on the bucket.
And that's all about strength for Stewart. For him to be able to get the ball in the hoop while absorbing the foul.
And both teams, despite losing games in the Cup, still have a chance. But a win here in Game 4 is critical.
Yeah, you want to get into that knockout stage. You have to absorb some blows and land some even better ones. It's not for the faint of heart.
A 2020 first-round pick, Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250, is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
Now here's Barnes. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Cunningham outside. Pass to Stewart. Here's the screen. Ivy drills the three-pointer.
Look at the confidence from Ivy. Lets it fly from way beyond the arc.
Now Ingram. He has yet to score. And here's Barrett. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
Raptors have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Barrett. And so Barrett nails both of them. And Detroit has possession. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Now, here's Ivy. Out to the right wing. Here is Skinny. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either. Here's Mobo following the bucket by the Pistons. Quickly kicks to Ingram. They set the pick. Barrett wide open. He fires. Connects from three-point range. Barrett's got 5 now.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
Williams against Barnes. And here's Cunningham. 32 points for him last game against Indiana.
Yeah, he did a great job attacking the defense and getting to the line. That kind of aggression goes a long way.
And it's quickly missing. The Pistons trailing. Inside, here's Stewart. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Ingram a screen on Ivy. A 3 from Barnes. That one doesn't go. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The shot by Ivy, no good. Raptors have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Lets it go from deep. And again, Toronto no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Cunningham. Nothing on the board. Here is Skinny. Stewart with the screen on Ingram. Good on the shot. 6 points for Skinny.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
So it's Toronto now. After the basket by Detroit. That's a 2 from Barnes. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
And he gets one to fall, and now 1 out of his first 4.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Detroit, 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, there's Toronto, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for the Pistons,
this season has been, it's been solid, but they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team could take it to another level if they get rolling.
Here's Cunningham, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. Beasley for three. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his third assist on the night. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. 6 to shoot. Count the basket. Barnes has got it all tied up now for Toronto.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
Pass to Stewart. Here is Cunningham. Shoots. And he's still waiting to make his first shot for the night. Now 0 of 4.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Now here's Ingram. Guarded by Stewart. Back to Bryant. Over Cunningham. Rebound, Detroit. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Beasley against Barrett. Beasley dishes to Cunningham. Back to Beasley from deep. Buries it from three-point range. Beasley's got 6 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bryant the pass to Barnes. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
All right, Greg, here we are on the day before Thanksgiving, a very special time of the year. Any favorite Thanksgiving traditions or foods for you or your family?
Oh, Kevin, I'm a sweet potato pie lover, but I tell you, man, I love it all. I can't wait.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Abaji's checked in, and Grady Dick subbed in for Barrett. Barnes hits them both.
And Barnes, an all-around threat. A good scorer, aggressive rebounder, solid passer, and more than capable defensively.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Beasley. And here's Thompson. The shot. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Bryant passes to Dick. Here's Shed, still without a basket. Here's Bryant, and the dunk by Bryant. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
English on the wing, covered by Barnes. To the inside, and Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Barnes with it. He's got 6. Buries it down low. Barnes has got 8 points.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pep.
Now here's Brown.
2 minutes left.
Beasley outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And additionally, they're doing a terrific job getting to the line tonight, and they're turning all those trips into early points.
And he makes the first. Williams, he's checked in for the Raptors. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
Pass to Shed. To the middle. Here's Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
1:36 left in the first. Now Brown, scoreless thus far. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Bryant. Pass to Williams. And the rejection by English. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Detroit shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Holland, he's checked in for Thompson. Free throws good from English.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Pass to Dick. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Beasley.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now, here's English. Here's Holland. Now, here's Brown. The tray. No good there. Outside Bryant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
First personal foul. The team is now in penalty.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Bryant, shooting 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Quintman, defended by Bryant. There's Brown with the three. Knocks down the three ball. Brown's got the game tied up here for Detroit.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Shed. Here's Abaji. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big time finish to the court.
And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for Toronto. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll return shortly. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Toronto leading by 3. Ryan is out there with Williams. Then it's Grady Dick. And it's Shed in at the point guard position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. It's Dick on the wing. Ivy defending. Dick can't get it to go. Here's Holland. Still yet to score. Bryant against Duran. Cunningham for 3. And it's Bryant with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Cunningham. The Raptors getting the bucket. Here's Holland. Back to Cunningham for the 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Bryant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Here's Dick. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. On the wing, Williams. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Collins kicks to English. Detroit, no good that time either. Toronto leading by 5. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Abaji can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. As the son of 2 professional athletes can, Jaden Ivey was raised around sports. He knows the culture.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. His grandfather and father both played professional football. His mom played in the WNBA. She's now a college coach, but she also spent some time as an assistant with the Grizzlies. This guy has had sports from the time he was born.
First team foul.
There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before. Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster, but everyone builds on the players who came before them. And the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation for it.
And English, no good on that one. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. And the Pistons making a change here. Williams is checked in.
Patrick Williams.
Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Bounce pass from Cunningham. Fires from way outside. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside, Barrett. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Misses in close. And here's Cunningham. No scoring in this one. Ivy with it. Drives to the hoop. Up and in on the layup.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Well, you need good passing from your forwards as much as you do from your guards. These are small forwards leading the way in assists. Second, Brandon Ingram.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
Yeah, you can't teach the kind of vision that they have. Natural instinct to read the floor and find the open guy that they all possess.
Now here's Ingram. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. And it's quickly missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Kenzie passes to Cunningham. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
Quickly against Cunningham. There's the lob to the hoop. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Duren with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Duren the pass to Williams. Fires it up. The shot by Ivy, no good. Toronto, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
He hits both from the stripe. Pistons trail by 3. Duran with the screen on quickly. Pass to Williams. There's the lob to Duran. And he jams it right over Scotty Barnes. Wow.
What strength right there from Duran, just powering through the foul.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Well, look, it seems like every time Jalen Duran is on the floor, he's looking to outdo himself, to raise his own standards as a player. I really like that about him.
Now here's Ingram, still without a basket. So with Brandon Ingram's height and his shooting ability, Stan, he can get about any shot he wants, can't he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people, and he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
What a fun player to watch. Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scorers along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
What a talent.
Yeah, for Ingram, it's just all about staying healthy because when he is, he's a huge piece for this team.
Asar Thompson, he's checked in for the Pistons. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from there.
Ivy kicks to Thompson. Back to Ivy. Shot left block. Good as the jump shot falls. Ivy's got 7 points in the game.
Well, you like to see Ivy capitalize on the interior.
Ingram passes to quickly. It's Barrett on the wing. Ivy defending. 16 feet away, and it's good off the glass. Barrett's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
here's a look at the stats for Barnes. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
The Pistons have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Ivy finds Cunningham. Duran sets the screen for Cunningham. Parries the long-range jumper. Cunningham's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
Wow, Cunningham dialing it up from three-point range.
Barnes passes to Ingram. On the wing quickly. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Quickly's got his second basket of the game.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Now, here's Duran. Defense is right there. Back to Ivy. Teardrop shot. Rebound by the Raptors. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Pass to Cunningham. Pistons passing it around. They set the pick. Ivy, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Ingram passes to Barnes. Tipped away and stolen by Ivy. Cunningham on the wing. Down low. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the New York Knicks.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Jalen Duran. Malik Beasley comes in for Jaden Ivey. And it's Brown in for Cade Cunningham. Thompson outside. Pass to Skinny. Brown with it. Thompson with it. Covered by Barnes. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
And Beasley has the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. Brown deciding where to go with it. Here is Skinny. He has 6. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pistons.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another key for them tonight, attacking the basket. Taking it right to the hoop, never a bad idea.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Well, in terms of pure talent, Asar Thompson has loads of it. I don't know if he has a ceiling.
And Toronto making a change here. Rozier's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Raptors trail by 3. Now, here's Quickly. He has 5. Ingram wide open, and he hits it to tie the game up. Ingram's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Brown. Beasley outside. There's a good screen. Lets it go from deep. And it's Toronto with the rebound. It's Barrett on the wing. Covered by Beasley. Ingram. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
Pass to Clinton. To the paint. And Thompson throws it down.
Playing above the rim. This kid, Asar Thompson, can fly.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Quickly looking it over. Here's Dozier. Got a piece of it.
Great recognition from Stewart. I like seeing him use his length and size to make an impact on defense.
Now, here's Thompson. 6 points for him. Stewart with the screen on Quickly. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. In the third spot, the Pistons.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Free throw good from Brown. So both teams making some changes here. And Brown drops them both. Toronto trailer. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
If you see yourself on the big screen and you know what to do, show us your move.
And let's check out the numbers for Bryant. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Well, it's because he's someone that understands his role. He plays with confidence and helps provide stability when he's on the floor.
Pass to Shed. Tries a 3. Rebounded by Clinton.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here is Brown. He's got 5. Here's Clinton. Beasley with a clean look. The long distance 3 is buried. Beasley's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pistons.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
It's Dick on the wing. Covered by Beasley. Bryant has the open look. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
Pass to Clinton. Now Beasley. From downtown. The rebound by Bryant. Bryant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. From outside the arc. Holland with the rebound. Pistons leading by 3. For Detroit, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Shed. Nothing on the board. Dick passes to Abaji. Bryant with it. Baseline jumper. That doesn't go either for Bryant. And, well, Detroit shooting 44% from the field in the second. Pass to Clinton. We've got 1:23 left in the first half of basketball. Hollins kicks to Brown. Just 4 to shoot. This one for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Bryant's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Dozier for 3. Rebounded by Clinton. Clinton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that one's good, Abaji.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Pistons lead it. English looking around. Pass to Beasley. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And Toronto making a change here. Williams has checked in. And a switcher also for Detroit. Williams has checked in. Toronto's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. Now here's Bryant. 7 points in the game. Here's Abaji. Back to Bryant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his first personal foul. 4-team foul.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Bryant taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And it's tied up with that one. And, well, Detroit shooting in this game 45%. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The three from English. That shot, no good. Toronto shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. The shot by Bryant, no good. Pistons shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. And English kicks to Brown. Pass to Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul. Team number 10.
The Pistons have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
That's good from Williams. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 1. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan. Half-court shot from Fleet. They're measuring up the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Hello, everybody. Before getting into the first half recap, let's check in on the injured players around the NBA.
And you lose so much without Kawhi Leonard out there. He can completely take over the game at both ends. Tough, clutch. That's something you can't replace, like if I leave this panel.
And guys, how about the Raptors? Involved in a very competitive matchup right now.
Limiting turnovers has helped. Give their ball handlers props. They've been smart with the decision-making.
They're certainly running the offense well. You know the coaching staff loves to see this. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Malik Beasley.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Ingram with it, and Detroit looking at who they've got. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Skinny is out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Duren in at the 5. Down low. Mobo gets the basket. Mobo's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Toronto. The Pistons trailing. Now here's Cunningham. Now Duren. Here's McKenzie. Nailed from three-point land. Skinny's got 9. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Barnes dishes to Ingram. Some nice